Hey everybody, so I went ahead and opened up some of those Mazon Creek nodules. And remember what we were doing is these are nodules, right, that are Carboniferous in age, 309 million years old, they're from Illinois. This is the Mazon Creek Formation. And remember, we just find these nodules, and inside the nodules we might find organic material like fossils. And the way that I was opening them, if you remember, was just kind of submerging them in water, putting them in my freezer, and then thawing them out. So that just kind of speeds up the natural winter-summer cycle. As to be expected, about 90% of the fossils didn't open. Most of the time it takes several tries, right, at the freeze thaw. But here are some of the ones that opened. And if you take a look, most of them are just kind of nondescript. Mazon Creek fossils are not easy to see. It definitely takes a little bit of training and a little bit of eye, a little bit of scouting to see some of this stuff. But, and sometimes there's really just nothing in these nodules. But let me show you a couple where there definitely are some things. This one is tricky. It's pretty cool to see stuff like this. You got this concentric circle there. Now, while that might look like something, it's actually just mineral deposition, the way that the iron formed the concretion. So it's pretty cool, kind of similar way that agate forms. Pretty neat, but not a fossil. If we look at some of these other things, this is a really common thing to see. If you notice, let me put it down there, you can see where the light and the dark kind of touch each other around there. These are blob fossils, and 9 times out of the 10, these blobs end up being jellyfish. So while you're like, ooh, yay, a blob, that's not very exciting, it is pretty cool to have a jellyfish fossil. If you remember, fossils are actually pretty rare, and definitely fossils of animals that are made up of nothing but soft parts are even more rare, because soft parts don't fossilize very well. So even though the blob doesn't appear very exciting, it's actually pretty neat to have something like that fossilize. Other ones, I'm definitely going to have to go back and look and see what some of these are. Sometimes we get lots of worms and stuff like that fossilizing as well, which this might be, or it might be I don't know. In any event, I don't want to hypothesize here. But you can see that light material in there. That's the fossil. That's the impression. So I'm going to go back and take a look at some of these and compare them back to my Mazon Creek book. And I'll get back to you on some of these, like right there. See that white stuff? That white stuff is definitely organics. So that's telling me I've got a fossil in there. This one's nice and easy. This is a plant fossil. You can see the middle vein there and the leaves coming off. Not as good as the one I showed you in the last video, but definitely a clear plant fossil. Here is another bit of plant material that you can see there. So there's definitely some very easily identifiable things in here, and other things are going to take a little bit of investigating to figure out what they are. But I did want to show you that some of them opened, and we can see some things. Right, there's another blob, possible jellyfish. So I'm going to keep trying these and opening them, and I'll make some short videos. What we're really after in this is this really cool organism called the Tully monster, which can only be found in Illinois. I'll post up an article on the Facebook page about that, so you can see it. Don't have any pieces here today, but hopefully next time.